Shout out to all of those TikTok videos that talk about if you're walking in the woods in Appalachia and you hear something or you see something, no, you didn't, because I think that just saved my life last night. Story time. Excuse the garage. I'm at my parents' place, and this is the only place my dog is allowed, who plays a crucial role in this story, by the way. He's a very, very good boy, and last night proved it. So, my parents don't live in Appalachia, but they do live in an area that's a little more secluded. It's still a suburb, but it's pressed up against these hills with lots of untouched wilderness, and coyotes are running through there all the time. It's just a little bit more rural. So I'm sitting in their backyard, which has this tall fence all the way around it, and the wilderness comes right up to that fence. I'm sitting there around the campfire. My dog is laying beside me. I got my laptop open and I'm writing my little stories. Suddenly, my dog lifts his head, stares straight ahead at the fire, doesn't even look around at the yard, stares straight ahead at the fire and starts to growl. All dog owners know that your dog has different types of barks and growls. This was his warning growl. This is the growl he does when there is danger coming and he's telling it to back away. So immediately I'm like, buddy, what's wrong? What's wrong? What's wrong? And then I hear a voice at the fence line. And it's not just any voice. It's the voice of a little girl. And it sounds like a creepy doll from a horror movie. It's got that kind of mechanical quality to it. And it's kind of muffled and garbled. I'm still getting the heebie-jeebies. And all it does is go, hello? Just like that. Just like that. Hi, just same tone and everything. Now, mind you, it's midnight. There are not going to be any little girls wandering the woods at midnight. So immediately, I was like, well, this is either someone who's gonna me, or it's something else. And what made me think it was something else was the fact that the voice said again, hello? Only this time it had moved, and it had gotten closer, and I'd heard no footsteps. It was just floating closer. And then, mind you, my dog is still growling this entire time. For the next 5 minutes, that voice is just circling the fence line, going, hello, hi, hello, hey. Just like that, creepy doll voice floating around the fence line. And then suddenly my dog stopped growling, and he put his head down and he went back to sleep, and the voice stopped. I thought, okay, cool, that was weird. And then all of a sudden he lifted his head back up again and started growling. And then the sound of a ticking clock came from the bush directly across from me. Again, heard no footsteps, heard no rustling. Just a ticking clock started in the middle of the night, in the middle of the woods. So don't know what that was. But if anyone wants to hop in the comments and let me know, that'd be great. Because I can't wait to go home today. And I don't see myself coming back here anytime soon. And a big shout out to my protector. Yes, big scary boy.
I do not know how I got to the Appalachian side of TikTok, y'all, but I am there. Yo, that is some scary shit. It's 9 o'clock in the morning. I'm up here shivering my timbers. Do any of you know what I'm talking about? If not, stay away. Do not go down that rabbit hole. The video of the guy walking around his work, talking to his friend, making a Snapchat, and then he watches the video back and sees a person behind him. The whistling. There's one with a woman with her 2 dogs, and she is too scared to answer her door, and somebody is just knocking hard, and then all of a sudden it sounds like her mother is at the door. Y'all, it's not her mom. I've been to Virginia every year for the last 6 years because it's my place to go away, get away, and relax. I've even hiked the Appalachian Trail, and now 6 years later, I'm learning the hills have eyes is real. And I think I'm freaking out so much because I swear, now that I think about it, I swear I've heard whistling. I was tent camping in the mountains, and I thought I heard whistling, but I'm that's probably some kind of bird. But now I don't think it was a bird. Ooh, it's so scary. And now all the TikToks popping up on my FYP. It's like the scariest movie I've ever watched. Now I'm just supposed to get up and go about my day like everything's all normal? Now that I know what's happening in the Appalachians?
It's the four-legged. If he stands up, I'm gonna shit myself.
Are there skinwalkers in Iowa? Because I think I may have encountered one Wednesday night. At about 10 p.m., I got home from Bible study to my rural Iowa acreage. I have about 7 acres that are largely timber, bordered by a creek. and I live on a really steep driveway, a really long, really steep driveway. So I get home and there is a deer carcass in my driveway. Not unusual. In fact, I've known that there was a deer carcass somewhere close because I kept finding parts of it that my dogs would drag up. But I finally saw the majority of its body, and I was like, I have got to move this before I let my bulldogs out, because otherwise they're not going to go to the bathroom for bedtime. They are just going to mess with this deer carcass. So I go about the business of moving this deer carcass, and it's nighttime, so I'm really only interested in getting it out of their sight. So I'm moving it down my steep driveway and off to the side. So I start to move it, and to my right, I hear what sounds like footfall. And it sounded like person footfall to me, but I don't really know. I just know it was enough to startle me and make me turn to the direction that I heard it, and my Mastiff to take off running toward the field. He is at a full gallop. It takes about a minute for him to get back to me, and when he does, the two of us start dragging the deer. Well, I'm dragging the deer. He's following me down the driveway. I get it about a quarter of the way down, and I leave it there. I turn around and head back up, let the bulldogs out. Everything's going as expected until they find the scent of this carcass, and then they're following the scent of the carcass down to where it's at. So I'm hooping and hollering, trying to get their attention to have them come back to me. I'm screaming, I'm making coyote noises, and then I'm like, you know what? I'm going to pretend like I'm in danger and see if they will come back to me. So I start going, ah, ah, and I kid you not, from the bottom of my driveway, repeated back to me in the exact same tone, is ah, ah. And I would think it was just me, but my kids were in the door with the door open watching me because they thought it was funny when I was making like the coyote noises and stuff. And they go, what was that? I said, it was a coyote or a fox.
I'm not sure if you guys ever seen the Blair Witch Project, but damn, this is just giving me Blair Witch Project vibes.
This eerie video comes from Creepy Outdoors on YouTube. I'll tag him below. And his channel focuses on ASMR-like content in the wooded areas of Canada. And he does this alone while listening out for the wildlife surrounding him. But this time, what he heard could not be mistaken for wildlife. But this is a good reminder why you should never hike alone. I'll let the rest of the clip play, but let me know, what would you do in this situation?
Oh, fuck. Oh, hi. What the hell? I need to get out of here. Oh, boy. Ooh. Okay. That was fucking creepy. I need to get out of here. It could have been campers, but this area is extremely secluded. I need to get back to camp.
Alright everybody, this is some creepy ass shit. I came home to this shit at 4 o'clock in the fucking morning. Now, y'all see this? This is the same fucking size as my foot. You see this? Same size as my foot. I live in Oakville, Tennessee, which is right outside of Jackson. And this is going all the way around my neighbor's house. Now, this came from over here by my shed, y'all. Right? This is some crazy ass shit. And the weird thing that got me is, here, I'm about to show it to you. I was just at the side of my house. Now I'm over here at the front of my house. I seen these 3 marks. Literally, it's just 3 marks. 3 marks. You see this? I said 3. Sorry, 4 marks. 4 marks. And this right here is in my front yard. Now, there is no other marks anywhere, y'all, in my front yard. Anywhere. It's almost like whatever this was jumped from my backyard over my fucking house and landed right here in my front yard and then just disappeared. What the fuck could be that big, the size of my footprint? Y'all see this? The size of my fucking footprint. There ain't no damn bird that damn big. No bird. So what the hell?
If you peep their agenda, you'll never miss what's going on. This morning, I woke up to a bunch of videos about this new disorder that has you seeing demonic faces everywhere. And they want you to know it's just a really bad mental illness. That's why your eyes are suddenly going to be seeing the truth of who these people are. I find it ironic because Spirit always, if you're plugged in with me, you'll know that Spirit guides me exactly how we need to. Like, I'm a pure divine channel. And it's interesting because what has Spirit been doing for the last couple months, if you really follow me, trying to educate you guys on the nature of demons so that you can spot them, the nature of their work so that you can see it. That veil that they keep telling you is getting thin, it's just their magic. Like, even now, what Spirit is saying is that their magic, their glamour magic to disguise them, it just gets really thin on Halloween. That's why they want us all wearing masks. That's why they want us all dressing up. It gets really thin so that they can blend in. And I also think that's a big channeling day for them. That's what they just said. Bring in something new. Anyways, this I find interesting. I find it so interesting because I see them. I see that energy on people. I see them. Let me tell you a funny story, okay? So I was doing a class. And this is right after I had been betrayed by a bunch of people who pretended that they loved me and they wanted to help me build my business, but were trying to steal my business. So I was very suspicious, right? So then this one girl, I've never seen her before, right? Never seen her in my community. This is only people for the Weirdo Collective. It's free. We're just going to talk about what happened. She shows up, and as soon as she shows up, she's glowing. Like, her aura seems so beautiful. Pay attention to the story, please, okay? Her aura feels beautiful, and I'm looking at her, and you know what in my head, what a voice said? She belongs here. Why would I ever say that? She belongs here. Such a weird thing. Something was like trying to implant a thought. I'm looking at her and I'm like, I let it go because the class is filling up, right? There was a lot of people there. And then we're going on and something about her gets my attention. And I'm like, what's going on with you? You know, I'm a weirdo. And she's like, I don't know. You told me I had a light before. And I'm like, you're trying too hard. I also realized she was modulating her voice to try to make it seem more like cutesy, friendly. She's not a threat, but I could see something right behind it. I could see it, right? So then she starts talking and she's asking for advice about something. I've realized when demons talk, I can't hear them. It sounds like wah, 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 right? But they're doing something, but it's like it's incoherent energetically, right? I know I feel things deeper than a lot of people. So that got my attention because I'm like, I couldn't connect to one word she was saying. And then Spirit says, she's a demon. And I'm like, I know, I see it. Like, I see it now. Now I can see it, right? I had to look at her. And so I tell her, I say it in the most polite way. I was like, sweetheart, I think it's in your blood. I don't even know what I was saying that to because I didn't know what she was saying. I was like, I think it's in your blood. And as soon as I said that, I could feel something shift under her skin, like move and get uncomfortable, right? Okay. So as I'm sitting there, her eye starts bulging out of her head. And I'm not the only one who saw that. That's the freakiest part. And I started saying, I felt that energy coming towards me. I was like, I don't like that. I don't like that. And I pushed it away. And then she started crying. She's like, oh my God, you saw that? I thought I got rid of him. I'm so sorry for bringing that into your space. If there's one thing that I can see, it's a demon. And when I tell you that there's so many of them walking out there, there's so many of them. They are humanoids disguising their true face by using glamour magic. And now they want you to know it's just a mental illness. When you see it, just dismiss it. Don't trust your eyes. Don't trust your mind. It's you going crazy and they're preparing you for it now. Peep it. Peep it. And when you see those people, and I'm not going to lie to you, don't tell them that you recognize them. Don't freak out that their face looks funny. Just bind them and stay the hell away from them. Don't engage, you guys. That's not the point. There's no demon hunters here, okay? We're not seeking to cause any harm. But you need to be aware so that you can keep your space. Do not fight. Do not attach. They want that. That feeds them, okay? So just stay away from them, truly. I forgot a part of the story as I was rewatching it. So her eye is bulging out. I rebuke it. She's crying. But she keeps trying to get me to go into her energy to help clear her. she keeps, I'm not kidding, over a span of an hour, she asked probably 5 different times, what can I do? Like, can you help me? And I was like, nah, I'm not getting in your energy. And there were a few people in that class who were like, oh, can you clear me? And I was like, y'all, like, I need y'all to understand that a lot of very spiritual people, a lot of people who are fully open, are also beautiful conduits for nasty stuff and beautiful stuff, depending on where they stand. Please don't think that because they have spiritual gifts that means they're of the light, because a lot of you guys are fooled by that. A lot of you guys are fooled by that. And a lot of you who refuse to do your shadow work and are wide open, what do you think you're making contact with through all your trauma and through all your pain? You think it's something divine? Through all of that? So while I don't think that, I know there are some true demons walking around, absolutely. I think what's more prevalent is vessels that are used by them. They can attach very easily.
Y'all gonna think I'm fucking crazy. I'm walking down the street, walking back from the store. There's this guy probably about 15 feet behind me. And you know how you can tell someone's walking behind you? I look back, and he's just fucking looking at me. He stops when I stop. So I walk forward a little bit. You know, I keep walking like that. And I said, fuck this shit, man. I turn around and go, what? What's your fucking problem? I swear to God, on my mother's grave, this guy's eyes was jet fucking black. Jet fucking black. He just sit there smiling like that, man. I fucking turned around, I fucking ran. I said, fuck this shit, dude. Fuck this shit. I come home. I'm sitting out there where my street is. Like that fucking corner right there, but I stopped saying that motherfucker was standing right fucking there, dude. Come in here, get my gun, look out again. He's gone. That dude was not fucking human.
The most obvious fade trap I have ever seen.
I'm gonna go touch it.
No, Maria, you're gonna get kidnapped.